where we are going to have a brief presentation or discussion about, well, it's not going to be a discussion, it's just me talking, but anyway, if you have questions, obviously, please drop them in the chat. And what I want to do is I want to show you what the scrivener file looks like when you're doing a revise and resubmit round for a paper, at least when I'm doing them, okay? So again, Scrivener is super useful for complex writing projects. One of the things that makes an academic complex writing project is that it goes through multiple rounds. So you send the paper, you get revisions back, you send the revisions and get them back, okay? So I always keep the basic structure of my paper or my Scrivener file the same. I have the draft of the text of the paper here. So this is the draft of the introduction here, right? The theory and the methods and so on. And I use my color scheme for project management. So yellow means that I've written this section and that I'm happy with the ideas and what's written there, but then I need to then improve the writing and clean it up and so on. And I have a video that explains each of the icons that I use. Okay. Now I also have my notes. So my notes, I have a notes document for each part of the paper. So one for the introduction, one for the theory, one for the methods, one for the review. This is a literature review paper, one for the discussion, and one for the conclusion. And I have here an auxiliary document as well. And I also keep in my notes my review notes, okay? So these are notes that I do from the reviewers' letters, okay? Good. So that's what it looks like. So far it looks like a regular paper, right? So I have each part of the paper in the draft here and the notes here, okay? Now, what I also have is I have a folder with all of my previous manuscripts. So manuscripts are not the PDFs that I sent, they are the text that I wrote. So it will have what used to be in the draft for the previous version of the paper, abstract, introduction, theory, and so on, and the notes for each of these sections. I also include the final PDF of the paper that I submitted here in the manuscript, okay? Why is this important? Because if I want to review the theory section, it's useful to have the theory section of the previous version of the paper that I sent there, right? So this is the previous version of the theory, and these are my notes, the previous version of the theory. These are my notes for the current version of the theory, so it helps that I can be looking at and reading carefully what I wrote before and what I have now, okay? And as you know, I can also do in a copy holder, I can open the reviewer letters, okay? So I can have them here, for example, and I can see, okay, this is where I'm writing my notes, my outline, this is the previous version, and these are the reviewer notes, okay? I can also move this in if I need to see more text, I can open this in a separate pane. Okay, if you want to learn how to work with panes, I actually did a video on how to use this feature of Scrivener in the past couple of weeks. Okay, so I have the past document and the past notes. Okay, and I will also have this very important document for me in my current notes, which is the aux file. Okay. So right now I'm writing the discussion and I need to move text around a lot, okay? So I don't want to change or edit in any way my previous beautiful discussion that I submitted to reviewers and that they don't like. But I do need that text to work around, right? And I need to see what I'm going to reuse in the new version of the paper, so here in that to call my attention to it. Obviously, you can use multiple colors, you can use orange,